Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. I'm here joined with Inti
Hello
Campo.
guys, you miss me?
Yes, we're back for another live show. We're going to be talking about some quite exciting things today and the things that have happened in the week. We're going to be doing a little bit of Bitcoin TA and also then talking about institutional buying and should you be getting your money off of the exchanges? Really important topic about that. And I need to discuss a few things about that. But before we do get into all that, Inti has a few words to say, don't you?
Yes. Thank you, Da Vinci. As always, it's good to remind you people that this video is for entertainment purposes only and this is not a financial advice. Were you going to say something?
No, it's just that my camera got like auto-focused out. There we go.
Oh,
There we
yes.
go.
Let me finish the disclaimer.
Yes.
Don't blindly follow what a YouTuber says because the only person that's going to take really good care of your money is you. That's the whole point of this.
All right. Excellent.
Back to you, Da
Excellent.
Vinci.
Excellent. I just realized that your mic is not operational. Oh my God, that's horrible.
My mic?
Yeah, your mic. So I'm not sure why, but it was operational before, and yeah, I think it's operational now. There you go.
Okay,
You should be able to say something.
okay. So
Yeah.
basically, don't follow what a YouTuber says.
Okay.
Take
There
care
we
of
go.
your money.
Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. So with that said, let's head over to our TA for the day. So as you can see, Bitcoin on the weekly here chart, we can see that we bounced off of a 50. What is that? A 50 moving average on the weekly? I don't think so. That red is, I believe the what's it called? Interesting. I can't believe what the heck is that red? 50 moving average? 50 moving average closed. Okay. Well, wow. Alrighty. We just bounced off of that 50-week moving average close. And also that was also the 61.8 for the week. The amazing thing. I mean, let's go down to the dailies. Let's do it on here and I'll show it to you on this chart. It was just absolutely amazing trade. I wish I was not paying attention, and I was busy with the fam, and I was like, oh man, I gotta hit the 61.8 if this thing dumps down in a day to the 61.8, and it did. And like if you could see here, if we zoom in, right, you can see that it just nicked the 61.8 and bounced right off of it. If we go to the perpetual swaps on Bitcoin, which is right here, you could see that you would have gotten a fill on the 61.8 because it was like I was telling everybody in the trade group, yeah, man, we've got to hit the 8808 trade, and if things go haywire, but we have to check to make sure that it doesn't go all the way down to the 78.6 because that's what it could possibly do. But I have to see if the chart, if it does some sort of rollover down or goes straight down. So if it goes straight down, probably head over to the 78.6. But if it rolls down, oh man, we were definitely gonna hit that 88 points, the 61.8, and we would have look at this, we would have carried this thing all the way up to the 38.2 return, and would have been laughing. I was so sad. Oh my God. I had dinner and I was chatting with the family. I was chatting with Inti and so forth. We were fighting about the coronavirus and what the government was doing and stuff like that. And then I totally forgot this trade. Oh man. Well, it's, you know what, the market's always here, and I will always get another opportunity like this again. So that's that for that trade. The next trade, right? We got a next bus in 10 minutes, so we got to get on the next bus. Right now, inside my group, we are actually in this trade, this Hail Mary trade, it wasn't easy. I mean, we had a failed trade here because we took the Hail Mary down here. Then I was telling people, okay, well, if we fail on the Hail Mary, this is probably gonna take us to another option trade, long trade. We just need to make sure that the candles line up and tell us to get in, and we got in right about here. And wow, it was just beautiful. Look at that. We took half of the profits here, and we're still running the other half all the way up along the way. Excellent trade. It was a little bit of a scalp trade because it was high risk. We went high leverage, 25x or more, depending on how much money you had, right? Because look, you see that it's a 0.27% risk right there. It was nothing. So obviously you'd had to use high leverage in order to make some sort of decent profit. And now we get to carry the rest all the way up to, well, where do we see this going? Let's take a look. Right. I'm looking for another, basically, let's go to the hourly. I'm looking for another trade, long trade here. Not seeing anything just yet. I would like this to be a W, but it's not. We are going to be rolling up a little bit higher. I would suggest that we're probably going to have to take profits sooner than we think. But actually, we might be able to because the problem is this 4 hour, if it wants to do a real W on this thing, it probably has to go a little bit lower. So that's why I'm a little concerned that we might have to take profits on this, probably around the a 61.8 or 78.6 to this top level up here. So I don't think we're going to break out going higher. I think we're going to probably roll down here, but you know what? I'll let the market tell me what it wants to do, and then decide whether we are going to exit this trade. And because it could always just go straight up here and touch up here. So I'm really think that we need to do. I'm going to have to analyze this a little bit more, but I really think we need to do it like a rounding bottom here with the 4 hour a little bit before we actually go higher to if we're going to go to the 61.8 or 78.6 to really sucker in the last bulls and stuff like that, and before we dump on them to go down. I mean, we don't have to sucker them in. I mean, it doesn't have to do that. It could easily just go, okay, you know what, see ya. Because we're actually looking for a short down, right? We're just carrying the scalp trade higher to as high as we possibly can until we can find a short down, and then that's when we're going to take that short and ride it all the way down, probably to the 8,000 level, or maybe even the you know what? Looking at the daily over here, I'm thinking that the 78.6 is my next target. Honestly, I think that might be the case, or the 88.6. I really get the feeling that we might not push down below this line, this trend line here, and then we're gonna come back up to retest these lines, and then slowly bounce in between before we actually do a massive, supermassive breakout of Bitcoin and say, see ya when I say ya, bye bye 10K, and I don't want to see you ever again. All right, so that's what I'm looking into. Okay, now let's talk about first things first, right? Institutions are buying Bitcoin like crazy.
Oh, Da Vinci, excuse me for interrupting you.
Yeah, no problem.
Julius Caesar sent a super sticker. Thank you very much for your donation, sir.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to one day bring up our chat group on this and have it maybe placed in another section here or something like that on the screen so that we can see what everybody is chatting as I do my TA. Maybe actually shrink. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna for next week. I'm gonna plan for something so we can see the chat groups and see everybody's chat in the live stream as it's going, and so that if I'm talking about something, I can actually see somebody's chat and respond to it, because right now I'm just looking at one screen and I don't get the chance to see everything that's going on. Anyways, okay, institutional buyers, investors are buying up Bitcoin like crazy. Yes, I mean, you've heard, I'm sure you've heard from others that Grayscale, right, Trust and or GBTC, right, exchange, they're just going off the chain. They're swelling up 550K of BTC by 2021. That's incredible amounts of Bitcoin. I mean, by the end of the next year, they're gonna have like half of what Satoshi has. Jesus, that's amazing, right? Also, right, from all the different tweets, right, we're hearing how people are taking the whales are just taking their money off of the exchange. This is an institution taking this kind of cash off an exchange, right? So this is what's happening, right? And you know what? I'm getting a little concerned, right, here, because you all know this GDP forecast from the Atlanta Fed. I don't know if you guys know this, right? But the Atlanta Fed, they don't generally come out with false numbers. Most of the government agencies, when they come out with a number, it's usually like, yeah, okay, whatever, buddy. Yeah, okay. It's a lot worse than you're saying. It's a lot, or you're a lot higher. You're saying something a lot better than it actually is, right? That's what they usually do. But when it comes to the Atlanta Fed, I have no idea why. They actually come up with accurate numbers, and so this number you could take with face value. They might be off by 1% or 2, or by 1 or 2% up or lower, but generally these guys come out with numbers that are accurate. And the other Federal Reserves, you've heard Colin Powell talk about, just 20%, 24% or something like that. I'm like, yeah, he's not even close to this number, not even close, right? He's like halfway off. So yeah, you can see that this is where the number is going to most likely be. I mean, these guys can obviously be wrong. They have been wrong a few times, but in general, the Atlanta Fed comes out with pretty accurate numbers, guesstimate numbers for the future. And so, yeah, you can see this is going to have a huge impact. And when people on Main Street see this, and Wall Street continues to go higher in the face of this nonsense, yeah, okay. Something's got to give. I mean, somewhere around the world, someone is going to go, okay, listen. This is nonsense. We're selling the dollar. See ya. That's coming, right? And when that comes, right, there's going to be a lot of effects around the world, and I really have to think, right, that oh man, I can't wait to see what the GDP number, the U.S. national debt as a percentage of GDP will be once that GDP number comes out. I mean, it's going to be astronomical. Right? Oh man! Especially if they pass that $3 trillion bill. That bill that's just ridiculous. I hope they just don't, because there's too much crap in there that destroys people's freedoms. And then, not to mention the under the table bailouts from the Federal Reserve that's going on. Because remember the last 2008 bailouts, we actually heard about like a lot more being printed under the table beyond what we heard from the TARP program and all that kind of stuff. It was actually $16 trillion that they just printed and handed out like candy. Not to you, of course. Okay? So, yeah, I mean, can you imagine what they're doing right now? They're probably doing like 10 times as much, if not more. Because the market dropped, the GDP dropped like 3% in a year. We're going to drop 42% in a quarter. So yeah, that's going to be catastrophic a little bit, don't you think? And so that something massive is coming down the pipe, and you don't want to be the minnow that these whales eat up, because they're taking their money out of the exchanges. And I don't know for sure what's coming down the pipe with these, but with all these whales, and it's not as bad, honestly, even though you can see a lot of what's it called? Whale alerts and stuff like that. On Glassnode, I'm a little concerned. There is definitely a difference between, this is like if we're above here, the black line, that means inflows, and we're below the black line, that means outflows. Generally speaking, you can see that the outflows are a little bit on the higher side, so that you could say yes, the outflows are high, but it's not like critically high. It's not critical. It's not like, oh my god, this is like crazy. But keep in mind, right? Keep in mind, I wish I wasn't so busy. I wish I didn't have so many things. When I saw that all the CEOs were quitting their jobs back in January, I was like, what do they know that I don't know? So, I mean, I was like thinking, okay, well, you do know that there's going to be a collapse in March, for sure. So that's why the CEOs are quitting, right? They're getting in front of that collapse, right? The collapse of the stock market. Okay, but I didn't know what pin was going to stop the market, right? What was going to collapse the market? I knew that something would. I just didn't know what it was. And I was like, I wish I just connected that dot, man. If I just connected the pandemic with everybody quitting, yeah, because I'm sure somebody at the top told them, hey, by the way, you remember that plan-demic that we did back in October, where like just to see if we would if there was a pandemic in the world, what would we do? You might want to watch that and then make some decision. Somebody's did that, right? You damn well right? Because like you don't have like a bunch of CEOs quitting, right? On a record basis for no reason, right? So that's why I really think that I think we should like definitely follow the whales and move our currency off of exchanges to protect ourselves from any kind of like exchange risk, because something violent is coming down the pipe. I really think it is. And so you want to hold your Bitcoins, because I mean, if you want to take a look at the whole world of Bitcoins, like the market, you can see that cryptocurrencies is nothing compared to like all these major corporations, the 50 richest people, right? California's GDP, the Federal Reserve's balance sheet, right? Currency supply, gold. I mean, it's like a hair. It's like a minor gnat on the global supply of money. It's nothing. And so when it becomes something, the only way for it to become something is it's got to go over $1 trillion, at least $1 trillion, right? Just $1 trillion so that people will pay attention to it. Like you pay attention to Apple and stuff, right? And the 50 richest people, you need $1 trillion. You need $1 trillion to get someone's get the banking. But man, that's going to be a very interesting time, because either the government's going to be smart, government and banks are going to be smart and support it, which would be the worst thing to do, or they're going to actually fight us. And I think we're going to go for a big fight, and that's why I really think we should all be getting our cryptocurrencies off of the exchange as soon as possible, and doing very minimal amount, even on your trading platform. So, for example, starting from now, I'm going to average out what I use on exchange. So whatever I want to put on, whenever I do a trade, whatever is in that exchange, I use a percentage basis, right, of what I've placed at that exchange for my trades, right? So that I can like prevent myself from going overboard on any kind of trade. And so I don't use up all the cash that's there on all the currency or Bitcoin on the exchange, right? So I'm going to be taking off a percentage of that, but putting it in a wallet, specific wallet that says, okay, this is the trading wallet. and and I'm only going to trade a percentage of whatever I've got, including in the exchange and this in that wallet as well, so that I can help ensure that I'm not going to get trapped should something happen and all exchanges get closed on lock, because that could happen. And somebody said, well, couldn't it just only happen in the United States? No, you don't understand, because the U.S. dollar, they can use the one last push on the U.S. dollar to say, listen, you're closing all the Bitcoin exchanges around the world, right? Or you're going to lose the dollar as a means of exchange. And banks will comply, right? They will say, okay, we're freezing all your assets. And so obviously, this may prevent your exchange from actually allowing you to withdraw your cryptocurrencies in order for them to figure out what's the best option for them to do. And so you don't want to be caught in the middle of that, right? Just in case that happens. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it could. And you want to prepare for that eventuality. And I know that, that's kind of sad. There's not a lot of people watching this live stream. How many people are in the live stream, Inti?
There are already 1,143 people.
Holy! Oh wow!
Yes, I didn't want to say anything, Professor. I didn't want to interrupt you.
My screen's saying only 275, and so wow, I'm impressed. Right? I really thought that there wasn't much people, but because this is very important. I feel this is an important service announcement that you should really get your money off of exchanges and let your friends know it's time. It's time to learn how to use a wallet. Time to take the plunge and move your money from Coinbase, move your money from GDAX and all that kind of stuff, or borrow against it and buy the Bitcoin and take it and put it in your own wallet. Do something to have possession of your assets, because you don't want to be caught when the stuff hits the fan, and I really think that's coming down the pipe. All right, Inti, any questions for us?
Yeah, there are
today?
plenty. There are plenty. But I have one first. Is that this? And call me Captain Obvious, okay? But exchange house, they're great because you can exchange your local currency into Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. All right. But when you hold it in there, it works like a bank, right? Da Vinci?
Yes, it does. It's exactly like a bank.
It's exactly like a bank. And
but
Bitcoin
without insurance.
Yes, without insurance.
Yes.
That means even worse than a bank. And Bitcoin wasn't made to go against the banks, to give people freedom over their own money. So the moment you have Bitcoin, what you should do, if you are not trading, because if you're trading, you need the money in exchange, get it out, put it in a hardware wallet, put it in a mobile wallet, wherever. But the thing is that you must hold it. You must have complete freedom over your money, not running the risk of someone just taking your assets and goodbye, see ya.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. I mean,
and that's absolutely obvious. I know, but there are some people that need to know that.
Yeah, I know. I've already lost 40K to the one of the exchanges, one of the cryptocurrency exchanges called Cryptsy, I think it was, or not Cryptsy. I can't remember now. It's Coin. Darn, I can't remember the name. But anyways, it was one of the exchanges that closed last year or 2018, and I it's not a whole lot, but still, it's I would like to have that back, of course. And then I went through all my emails and I found out, what, I think I might have left 2 Bitcoins on MTGOX. I'm not 100% sure, but in 2012 I had like 2 Bitcoins in. I remember looking at my documentations and going back from then. I had 2 Bitcoins on the exchange, but I'm not sure. But at that point it was only like $12, so. For each Bitcoin, so probably $24. So I don't know. Hopefully, if I did have two Bitcoins on there, that means when it closed, it was like like $1,600 or something like that. Yes, wow. So maybe I could maybe I get some money off of that if they ever get around to paying everybody for that. But that's an example. I mean, it's been years and years. It's been like since 2014 since they collapsed, and a lot of people haven't gotten their money from the exchanges. And you don't want to be in that position, right? You have an excellent position right now if you own any Bitcoins, and you don't want to lose that position just because something globally, some global event happened, and you can see this coming. Come on. We're in unprecedented time. You see it coming. It's here. Do something about it. Own your stuff. All right, questions.
Okay, so we're going through the super chat first. So Charlie says Zimbabwe is launching a gold-backed national cryptocurrency on Apollo blockchain. Do you think this is good? And it could moonshot Apollo? Thank you.
So they're doing it on Apollo blockchain. No, you know what? I have to do some research on Apollo blockchain. I'm not really familiar with it. Not sure if that's a good idea. If they were doing it on Ethereum, maybe they could have received some sort of real support. And because you know what, when you do it on these other platforms, the thing that you're missing, right, is the developer support, examples, codes, people who examples of errors, mistakes that people have made when they were building their applications. You don't want to be the person who builds an application on a platform that, and then it collapses because you made a mistake when you basically developed it because you didn't have the foreknowledge. Oh yeah, that's right. If I did it that way, it's going to break, right? Because you have a history with Ethereum of people making mistakes and learning from them, and then you have a huge developer community to help you with that as well. So to do it on a platform such as Apollo, probably not a good idea and probably not going to succeed very well unless they have some genius developer working with them. All right, next question.
Next question. So this is from Julius Caesar. I know I'm pronouncing it badly. I know. And he asked, how about non-custodial exchange wallets like Evercoin, for example?
Non-custodial exchange wallets like Evercoin. So how does Evercoin? I'm not sure how Evercoin works. I'm assuming there's some sort of third party involved to help you prevent them from taking your coins. But I'm gonna have to look into that and see how that works. But honestly, once you have some sort of custodial, if you don't own it, you don't hold. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. Period. That's it. It's not yours, right? It's somebody else's, and you have to. You know the saying, possession's 9/10 of the law. Well, the same applies for your money. I mean, think about it, man. If you go to your bank right now in the States, if you live in the United States, you go to your bank right now, and you say, "Hey, I want my money," right? What are they gonna do? They're gonna say, "What do you want to spend that on, sir?" And you're like, "What does it matter? I just want it." Well, we need to fill out this form here, sir. You're gonna have to explain why you're taking out this money out of this bank account, and I don't care that you work for it. You're gonna pay. You're gonna tell us everything you want to do with that money. And so,
That's a funny accent you ever used, man.
and so I mean, this money's not yours. You don't hold it. It's not yours. Just understand that. It's the banks. It's the exchanges. When you deposit the Bitcoin on the exchange, it's the exchanges, not yours. Get that through your head. All right. Next question.
This is Shield from Flavio. That he says that he loves Hex. And Hex did 110x since its lows. Interesting. Do you have any opinion on Hex?
Well, I have a strong opinion, loosely held, right? My opinion is it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, right? But I haven't seen its feathers and its beak yet. But, when you do that, right? When it walks, and I think it might be a scam. I'm not 100% sure. But here's my problem with the Hex. So I just don't understand the point. You're depositing what's it called? You're depositing hex. You're what's it called? Staking hex to make more hex, to make more money in hex. I don't get it. I don't get it because eventually people who get more hex are going to sell and dump it on those people who are buying it right now at 100x. So I mean, and then there's going to be a lot more hex, and the people who have who've been staking the hex, they're going to want to cash out and make some money, and so I don't see the point, and because of that, I'm not going to call it a scam. I'm not going to say that. But it certainly smells like one, and because of that, I'm not willing to invest in this and do anything else with this coin, because I mean, you don't know what's going on with that Ethereum that he's got collected. Is he pumping the price with the amount of money that he collected, the 3 million Ethereum that he collected? I don't know. And because of that, there's no transparency in what's going on. There's no way to know what this thing is. And on top of that, it's not available on any of the major exchanges. If it was available on any of the major exchanges, I would have spent some time studying what it is, right? But because it didn't get on the exchanges, I think they've done the studying for me, and I don't need to do any more. And so that's where how I feel about Hex, really. And if they want to be taken seriously, they're gonna have to like prove themselves, and get on some of the major exchanges, and then you know what, I'll go, okay, let me see what's really going on over there, right? But until that happens, I'm not interested, and I don't think anybody else should get interested as well. All right, next question.
Next question. This is from Wally, and he asked, "What are your thoughts on Theta token?"
Theta?
Theta. I don't know.
Theta.
Theta.
Okay.
Okay. We are going to get demonetized if someone on YouTube Spanish is seeing that.
Yeah. So Theta coin.
That's another one.
Theta coin. Yeah. I just got a double off of that one, and these things are just pumping for a while. If you're interested in getting Theta coin, I wouldn't buy at the top here. I would actually just set your fibs, right? Since we have like TA window, let's bring Theta coin up right now and see where it is. I think it's Theta coin, right? Theta, there it is. There. See where it is. It's still pumping. Wow. Okay. Amazing. Are we on a daily scale here? Yes, we are. But again, it's too late to buy up here. You are smoking crack if you think you can buy here and sell higher. Smoking crack. The cheap's crack too. Right? Because that's not happening. It's not happening. Maybe if you've already got some and you're selling half with the little old lady, you might get up here, but I'm sure you're not going to be able to know when the top is if it does continue to pump. So you should not be, the odds of it continuing to pump have dropped dramatically. Can it go higher? Yes, it can. Will it go higher? What are the probabilities that it will go higher? It's very low. Okay, so you don't want to be a person who's buying at these levels, assuming they can sell higher. No, man, no. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? Because it's so wrong. Let some other Joe Schmuck buy this coin, because that's what's happening here. It's some poor kid or somebody who's not watching my videos is buying this thing up and pumping this, and it better not be any of you guys. Okay. All right. With that said, let's move on to the next. Next
question. Okay. By the way, all the questions you are answering right now, until now, are being super chat. So people, thank you very much for your support. There are already 1,278 people watching the stream. This just blown out your record, Da Vinci. Thank
Wow.
you very much. Thank you very much.
Please hit the like and hit subscribe if you want to see more of my content. And I'm having fun with this live stream. I really like the live streams more than I do like than doing the shorter videos, because I feel interactive. I feel connected with you, all of you that are here in the chat group. And you know what? I'm going to look forward to actually building out some sort of system so that I can actually see the chat group scrolling through as we go live. So that would be lots of fun, and I'm looking forward to that. All right, I'm refreshing my live stream. Hopefully, I didn't lose connection here, because I'm trying to figure out why I'm losing connection. All right. Next question.
Next question. Okay. So this is from David Nino Brown, and he asked, any recommendations on trading bots? I'm losing a lot on fees. Okay, let's do this. Let's have a comment with the noob and a comment with the professional. A comment with the noob is that the trading bot is as good as you are as a trader. So if you don't know risk management strategies, if you don't know stop strategies, etc., or your trading is just wacky, your bot will make you lose a lot of money, and you will end up working for a broker, like Brian Beamish would say. Now, your comment, Da Vinci.
Yeah, I think you've said it all.
No, okay.
I'm gonna let that stand.
Okay, thank you. Next question then. This is from Paul Peters. Hi, Da Vinci. What are your thoughts about decentralized exchanges like Kyber Network or Synthetics?
What kind of exchanges?
What are your thoughts about decentralized exchanges like Kyber Network or Synthetic?
Well, my thoughts are basically those exchanges. They're specific for a type of coin like the ERC20 coins and so forth. And so far, they're working very well as they currently stand. It's just that there's very limited sets of coins that can exist on that exchange. Now, I know that with Ethereum, you can do wrapped bitcoins and so forth on different decentralized exchanges and stuff like that. So that's always a possibility for other coins. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing decentralized exchanges such as those grow in popularity, and hopefully they take off and do very well, because you know what, when the stuff hits the fan and things are going crazy, those exchanges are going to continue running. Right? So they will actually get what's it called, a huge amount of people inflows going to those exchanges and learning how they work very, very fast if all the exchanges get collapsed and closed down by the government, if that ever happens, right? So it would be a boom on decentralized exchanges, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking forward to seeing that happen, because actually, because it's yes, it is a bad thing that the government comes and does that, but it's actually a good thing for the rest of us, because what happens is we build to prevent them from doing their nonsense. Now, if they don't attack exchanges, they don't do anything malicious, right? Then we don't need to build to protect ourselves against them, right? And so that's the most smartest thing for the governments and banks to do. But you know what? There's not a lot of smart people working there, and the reason why is because they live off of wealth that they've stolen through their whole lives, and so they don't have the long-term intelligence, not all of them, to plan and execute this kind of undercover takeover of cryptocurrencies, which would be the smart thing to do. Yeah, maybe somebody might do this, but I doubt it. All right, next question.
All right. Another super chat. This is from Pina Law 2013. And I guess it's she. She asked, Ada Cardano bring out Schiller soon. Do you hold ADA? Do you recommend it? Do you have any thoughts about ADA?
An Atom coin?
ADA.
ADA?
Cardano. Sorry.
Cardano.
Sorry, I
Okay,
called it
Cardano.
ADA.
Yeah, I have Cardano. I think Cardano is not legit, honestly. I'm starting to look into it a lot closer and putting a microscope under Cardano. And I really think that they can build something, but I don't believe they will. I think even if they do come out with something, I don't think it will be great. And I don't think this project is going to move forward. Based on everything that I've looked at it under a microscope, it just smells bad. It really, really does. And so I would suggest you, if you have too much exposure to Cardano, to reduce it. I have a little exposure to Cardano, but not much. All right, next question.
All right. Another super chat from Bet Brand. And he asked, what are your thoughts on Elrond? ERD is the ticket. 16,500 TPS through sharding. He has specified. Basically, your thoughts on ERD.
ERD is a type of coin, a cryptocurrency.
Yes, I guess.
ERD, and let's see what that is. Okay, wow, on the daily, looks like it's pumping. Man, a lot of coins are pumping.
I'm getting a couple of doubles, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's same here, and look at that. This thing's pump. They're pumping off of like weird bottoms too. Like these bottoming patterns are not normal. Like oh yeah, I'm gonna pump off of this bottom. Like really, you just made an all-time low. Yeah, so something's up here, and I think institutional buying has to be going on here. But again, I would suggest, you know what, because if this, I'm going to start looking at all the different cryptocurrencies, and if they all have this kind of signature going on, something is off. Usually you'd have like a WE pattern that doesn't hit the lower lows, doesn't go to like a new all-time low before it actually pumps. So if you're interested in this, 61.8, buy some more at 78.6 as well. I mean, this looks like it was lining up for that anyways. And then, and let it ride. So let's see here. Economy, what is it? ERD is N-word. Oh, Jesus. I have no idea what this coin is. Coin market cap. Wait, let's see here. ERD. Did we get that? Okay. Interesting. Eldlarn describes itself as a new blockchain architecture designed to bring 100-fold cumulative improvements in throughput and execution speeds. Okay. To achieve this, Elrond is the name of this coin?
Yes.
Introduces two features: adaptive state sharding mechanism and proof of stake algorithm. Sharding is basically separated what's it called, the blockchains, and they just put them back together just in case anybody wants to know what sharding is. Enabling linear scaling with a reportedly fast, efficient, and secure consensus mechanism. You know what? I would like to learn more about this particular coin. Not sure how well it works and what it does and what's the point of this coin, but interesting. What they're doing, I'd like to see what they're doing, because you know what? All these things that the way they come up with are using sharding and proof of stake, right? And then also this is this obviously is some sort of coin that does like program smart contracts on it as well. It seems to get all that into this particular coin is quite interesting. I'd like to see all these different meshes of technology and connected all together and see how they work and what they do. Not sure whether or not it's useful for individuals, but it's useful for technology because we get to see how somebody comes up with a unique way of putting together all the different tools and stuff like that are out there, and combining it together to come up with a new cryptocurrency that might be something interesting. So who knows? We might find something that's going to be the next Ethereum or the next Bitcoin. Because they organized it correctly, and then they also market it because that's the main thing is marketing as well. Because although you can put together a cryptocurrency a lot better than somebody else, you might not be able to market it as lot than someone else, and that's a key thing in order to have a successful cryptocurrency. Right now, you don't need that. Basically, you just have to exist and have developers build on it. And the future, the next Bitcoin bubble, people are going to buy it. Period. All right, next question.
All right, next question. This is another super chat from the Bullable Bear. And this is a question that been answered over and over and over and over and over again in this channel, but it's completely understandable. And are your thoughts on XRP? And if it's better to short term or long term it? As an investing?
Well, XRP again. I don't mind people buying XRP, but keep in mind, right? If you like the current slavery system that we're currently in, right, and want to pay for it to continue, then you buy XRP. Like you go all in on XRP. Right. So, with that said, let's take a look at the charts on XRP. And you can see it's rolling up on the Bitcoin price. Notice I always do Bitcoin prices because, well, you don't want more XRP, you want more Bitcoin, right? So, with that said, we've had it dumped from the highs here, and wow, I mean, again, a lot of these coins. This is the same pattern that we're seeing over and over again, which is coins are like pumping off of weird bottoms. Again, I would not be buying it up here, even though it didn't go that much higher, right? You'd set your fibs. There's not much discount to get here, but yeah, 61.8. That's where I'd be buying. But you know what? I would have no problems with you buying up here because it didn't like pump like majorly.
Is that just a B bottom? What is your idea?
Yeah, exactly. And that's my only concern. I think we might have a little bit of a W bottom before you actually go higher. But I think this thing might pump a little bit more higher before it actually does its W bottom and go higher. But as you can see, this thing's way oversold here. And so buying here is not the worst idea, right? It's not the worst. So that's what I would think about XRP in the sense of purchases. All right, next question. 2 more questions and we'll call it a day.
2 more questions. Perfect. Hey, here's my favorite guy, Super Google Lee. How are you, man? I didn't saw you. He of course made a super chat. Glad to see you in the chat box, sir. And he asked, "How do I see the members only videos?"
The members only videos are located in the Pandora's Wallet documents group. If you click at the top of I'm going to bring up the Telegram group because don't worry, even though people could probably see the link to the group and get in, they will get booted shortly with our bot. So I'm going to bring this up on the screen and show you. So if you head over to Pandora's Wallet group at the top, there is a link to get into the other group, and in that group you will have access to the document that you're looking for and the videos that you're looking for from that other group. All right, so you just scroll through and you'll find the what's it called, the live streams that we've done. If not, just let me know. Maybe I didn't post them there, and I will repost them in that group. Okay, next question.
Okay, next and last question. I'm going to link two questions in one because they have to do one with the other. People where is it? Okay, Ray Sandoval asked if something that's really useful. If you could summarize why we should get our bitcoins out of the exchanges, because all the people are like in the middle of the video, it seems like or didn't get it or didn't get the clearest answer possible. So if you could summarize that. And also Lionhack, Lincoln Hack was asking if having his coins on Coinbase is safe and how can he protect himself. So they have one to do with the other.
Okay, so one, right?
Yes.
We're in a pandemic and financial crisis. 2, governments are acting totalitarian. 3, we're noticing that a lot of whales are taking their money off of exchanges. Usually rich people get their information before you do, so that they can protect their assets, right? And 4, well, hello, the GDP is going to collapse to nothing, and there's going to be actions taken. And so you don't want to be caught, right? With whatever actions the government take, and you lose access to your money. You want to keep access to your money. And no, any exchange in the United States is the most dangerous exchange to be leaving your money on. So do not leave it on Coinbase, even in their wallet-based system, because it just takes a government order to say, hey, you know what? You don't let anybody access those bitcoins in their wallets, even though they don't have access to the keys. They could just shut off the website, and that's that.
That's
right?
the forward discounting mechanism for you people.
Yeah, exactly. So take your money out. Learn how to manage your wallet, and I'll do a video series on that, because I feel that's very important, and people need to learn how to do that and take action, because if you don't, you're going to regret it sometime down the line. We are in the end phase of the US dollar standard, and you do not want to be caught in the middle of that war. All right. Thank you all for watching. Really appreciate all the different viewers. I saw that we were up to 1,300 different viewers watching at the same time. Wow, incredible. I think that was another record. Thank you. Please, everyone, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and if you hit the more button down there and show more in the description below, I will be putting all the different links for today's show in that description box there. And also, if you want to support the channel, you can subscribe to either Pandora's wallet and be part of that special group, the special trading group, where we show you different trades where we're going to be trading. And actually, I'm going to be looking into a trading for people by using Primex or something like that. Looking into it. I don't know if I will or not. But then, you could just easily follow my trades that way. And that's something I'm thinking of doing. Can't guarantee that I will do it, but if it is possible, I will. And so if you want to be a part of that, you got to subscribe to Pandora's wallet. Also, if you want me to do a review on any of those coins that you love, that you have lots of bags of, right? You just pay a 2-year subscription. Tell me which coin you want me to talk about, and I will do it once. I only do one a week, so it will be queued up. We will be talking about another coin this week that somebody's requested, and that's the thing. That's the cool thing about that. Because you know what, I love that. Please, hopefully a lot more people do it, because I spend time researching it and I learn about new coins, and that's way I can get paid to actually research and figure out. Oh, that's cool. Like I was pretty impressed with Nano. Not that it was. I see a long-term future with it, but the technology was just unbelievable. Is one of the coins that I was researching. I was like, wow, and I was very, very impressed. And if the developers continue to push, if they continue to use their money wisely to market the product, I think they have a shot of doing something interesting and getting people on board to this particular cryptocurrency. So, but it's a long slog, and they have to work really hard at it. And it's just, it's only one group of people who actually will be benefiting, will be the ones who are controlling the outcome of that cryptocurrency, and that's my concern. But yeah, if you're interested in getting me excited about another cryptocurrency, by all means, please buy a 2-year subscription. Let me know which cryptocurrency you want me to talk about, and I will do so. All right. Well, thank you again for watching, and hope to see you guys next week, or see you in the chat or in the comment section below. I'll be reading all the questions and looking for questions for next week's shows. All right. Bye now.
Bye, people.
1 second. Need to end the stream because it's so far away. The end screen button. End. It's not ending. It's not ending.
It's always the same.
I know. I gotta make this thing shorter.